Hello and good morning. Welcome to another session of Viewpoints, an online discussion with new students and parents. Our topic for today is career guide for future architects and engineers. I'm Iris Tombuk, your host for today. So by now we have already done viewpoints on several topics about MCL, which you can find on MCL's Facebook page and the YouTube channel. It's Malayan Colleges Laguna on YouTube. Today we will be focusing on the Mapua Institute of Technology at Laguna or the MITL department of MCL. So if you have any questions, you may leave them in the comments and we'll address them later in the Q&A portion of our event. So before anything else, let's get to know more about MCL. Malayan Colleges Laguna, a Mapua school, is a top performing school in the South offering senior high school and college education in the fields of science, technology, engineering, business, the arts, and maritime education. With our excellent board and certification exam passing rates and outstanding reputation in local and national competitions, MCL is in constant pursuit of its vision to become a global steeple of excellence. At MCL, learning is driven by technology. With our physical and virtual learning environments, we empower and nurture you to acquire skills, knowledge, and values that will enable you to launch your career of choice and become globally competitive professionals. We also have blended learning tools available at your disposal, enabling a whole new level of collaboration and engagement among your mentors and peers. Part of MCL's mission is to contribute to the solution of industries and society's problems through the expert application of knowledge. MCL takes this to heart with faculty members and students coming together to serve the community while learning and to initiate community engagement through sustainable efforts. At MCL, students are enabled to grow holistically. Learning is not only confined within the four walls of your classroom. Through extracurricular activities, students can also experience hands on learning and leading. Even in the midst of the pandemic, MCL, in partnership with the various departments, student councils, and organizations, is constantly reaching out to students, holding activities that provide a respite from schoolwork. The institution is also an advocate of mental health, with seminars, webinars, and forums on the topic being held regularly by the Center for Guidance and Counseling. We also make it to a point to check up on students and employees regularly, encouraging the community to reach out to them as necessary. MCL is able to do all of these through Mapua University's world renowned educational heritage that is deeply embedded in our DNA. This is the same DNA that you will be equipped with, enabling you to excel, lead, and innovate in a changing society through academic programs preferred by both local and international industries. MCL received a 5-star rating for employability, guaranteeing students employment and an exceptional level of competence after graduation. A 4-star rating for facilities, ensuring access to a smart campus and advanced learning system, and a 3-star rating for social responsibility and inclusiveness, allowing them to contribute to society through problem solving. MCL's quality management system, with the integration of its program offerings, is certified compliant to the latest version of ISO 9001-2015. This is proof that MCL has built an effective framework to always keep the students' best interests in mind. MCL is granted autonomous status through CHED Memorandum Order Number 12, Series of 2019, enabling the institution to create new programs and engage in internationalization as needed by students. And that's MCL for you. Now, to welcome us all to this event, here is the Dean of the Mapua Institute of Technology at Laguna, or the MITL, Engineer Orlando G. Perez.
Thank you very much, Miss Iris. Good morning. We would like to welcome you to MITL, the Mapua Institute of Technology at Laguna, the name of the College of Engineering and Architecture of the Malayan Colleges, Laguna. The name of our college was derived from the name of our mother school, Mapua University, previously the Mapua Institute of Technology, which was founded by the late Don Tomas Mapua, first Filipino registered architect, on January 25, 1925. For almost a century, the school was able to produce architects and engineers who are excelling in their respective field locally and internationally. We would like to bring in here to Laguna the culture and experiences of being a Mapuan. I now introduce you to the program chairs of MITL. First, we have Engineer Wilfredo Gigakutan, Program Chair for Architecture. Next, we have Engineer Jesunino R. Aquino, Program Chair for Chemical Engineering. Next, we have Engineer Hermi M. Del Pilar, Program Chair for Civil Engineering. Next, we have Engineer Maribel D. Pabianya, Program Chair for Computer Engineering. Next, we have Engineer Hermi M. Del Pilar, Program Chair for Civil Engineering. Next, we have Engineer Maria Criselda B. Loyola, Program Chair for Electrical Engineering. Next, we have Engineer May M. Garcia Nosa, Program Chair for Electronics Engineering. Next, we have Engineer Ezra C. Gudilano, Program Chair for Industrial Engineering. And yours truly, the Program Chair for Mechanical Engineering. Thank you very much and good morning.
Okay, and thank you very much to the MITL department. Thank you, Dean OP, for introducing the faculty of MITL. So, again, guys, if you have any questions, you may leave them in the comment section and we'll address them later during the Q&A portion of our event. Next up, our alumni have prepared their testimonials. Let's hear from them. Okay, wait, I guess. Okay, so before our alumni, we will be having the presentation prepared by our MITL department. So here it is, guys.
The program is designed to provide the students with comprehensive knowledge, skill, and competence in architecture and their total growth and development within the framework of democratic ideals and values, and the preservation, conservation, and promotion of the Filipino architecture heritage within the global context, thus making the architecture curriculum relevant to the present needs and latest international trends. Studies in architecture and other basic disciplines are undertaken in parallel throughout the 5-year program. The following are the specific professions or careers or occupations or trades that the graduates may go into: architectural design, physical planning, community architecture, construction technology, building administration and maintenance, education, restoration or conservation, housing, urban design, facility planning, construction management, real estate development, research and development.
Hello everyone, I'm Architect Paul Ong. I'm one of the faculty members of Architecture and CL. Would you like to know my secret on why at my age I still look young? It's because after 20 years of being an architect and teaching for almost 8 years, I haven't worked a single day. It's so much fun to become an architect. And I'd like to give you a tour on what architecture as a course is. In this school of ours, when you study architecture, it's 5 years. You will study subjects in design, history, drafting, drawing, computer-aided design, a little of history, a little of theory, and a lot of years of cultivating a culture of responsibility. This is one of the things that I like most about architecture. You get to meet a lot of people and get a sense of belongingness. Because in here, you are going to be trained by the best architects around. We have architects here who've written books. We have architects here who are national awardees. We have an architect with us in the presence of our dear chairperson, architect Wilfredo Raputa, who's the national officer of UAP, United Architects of the Philippines. You know, students, if you join us, sooner or later you will be among us. We will make sure that you learn how architecture should be learned from day one. It will be an interesting journey because we, as your professors, will walk with you every step of the way. One of the achievements of our department is the opportunity being given to students to compete among other architectural schools. 3 years ago, nanalo po ang MCL sa isang design competition na ang kalaban po ay mga prominenteng eskwelahan sa Metro Manila. The students are Evan Basila, Kenjo Hukom, and Jan Gabriel. Okay, so um, apart from that po, meron po tayong student organization. Ang pangalan po nito ay UAPSA at ako po ang kanilang current advisor for the past 2.5 years. Ginagabayan ko po sila para mas maging responsible at ganun din po ang kanilang pagka-involve sa community service. UAPSA is actually an organization created by UAP. UAPSA stands for United Architects of the Philippines Student Auxiliary. After you graduate, you have a lot of opportunities out there. You can join design firms and become apprentices and junior architects. You can likewise contribute your love for photography by sharing photos and articles in design magazines. You can also be a researcher, and in fact, you can even be a professor like me by taking your master's in architecture. You can also do further studies in interior design, landscaping, industrial design, master planning, urban design, construction management, and property management. Such are the responsibilities of an architect, and indeed, it's a pleasure to become one. I look forward to see you hopefully in the next coming year, and we'll be very glad to train you until you become a full-fledged architect. Thank you, students. Good day.
Hi, I'm Jan Morales, and I'm an alumna of Malayan Colleges Laguna with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Architecture. So, what inspired me to take BS Architecture in MCL is that when I was in fourth year, I've heard that MCO was offering the program, and it was their first time offering it. And there's this understanding that when you are part of the Alpha batch, the program's faculty are very determined to have and to develop competent professionals and even competitive ones. How did MCL prepare me for my chosen career? I was fairly active in organizational activities in my program, and MCL further encouraged it through their nonprofit community projects, in which students were able to participate and help. and that helped me develop my leadership, communication, and organizational skills, which are very essential in my chosen profession. What are my major accomplishments in my current work? First thing, architecture students after graduating are required to have 2 years of apprenticeship. And I was lucky enough to train under architect Carlo Matella. And through my apprenticeship, I was able to be part of the design team. And through that, it gave me opportunities to share my own ideas in designing the firm's projects. The training I had with the firm was very comprehensive, and that I was able to experience and be part of every process in the entirety of the project. And it helped me learn how the architecture process really works. And in return, it helped me a lot in designing my own projects.
Hi, I'm Daniel Rosima, an mcl.edu.ph architecture alumni and a junior architect in IDEA Incorporated. So, what inspired me to take architecture in MCL is the quality, education, and convenience, honestly. My parents knew the reputation it holds as a Mapua school, and it's also near my hometown. So I was thrilled that they were offering architecture for the first time. So that was a privilege that I have been a part of as the first batch. In my experience, I felt that MCL really supported not only the academical aspect, but also with the extracurricular activities. So, with the abundance of knowledge that I gained from my professors, um, the exposure to a variety of organizations and career engaging activities, I know that it plays a big part of what I am today in my career. So, what is the major accomplishments in my career today? Well, firstly, being in a company I was once dreaming to be a part of is definitely huge for me. But specifically, when I'm tasked to do studies that contributes to the development, something that I can be of service, that's a win for me. So I'm working alongside with a team in a mixed use project that I have seen in progress over the years is something that I'm really truly grateful for that I have been a part of. I think that the small wins in and seeing how I developed from being just a college girl, from a college girl to a career woman, is my major accomplishment.
The program provides an opportunity for developing skills, knowledge, and competencies not only in basic engineering but also in areas related to chemical industries, such as in the production of chemicals, drugs, food, materials, cement, energy, and other consumer products. The program is based on the application of mathematics, chemistry, physics, material science, biology, and economics. Computer applications are vital to the program. The program also aims to mold and hone students to become chemical engineers who are technically equipped, professionally qualified, industry collaborators, and innovators in solving various societal problems and challenges, and always willing to engage in lifelong learning and professional development. Career opportunities for BS Chemical Engineering graduates are as follows: design and process engineers, chemical manufacturing facilities engineers, researchers and innovators or scientists, process and design engineers for different industries such as pharmaceutical, energy and information technology, quality assurance, manufacturing and consultancy, safety, health and environment, oil and gas, and food and other industries.
What is chemical engineering? Chemical engineering creatively combines the three basic physical sciences chemistry, physics, and biology, along with mathematics, to address the world's needs by creating new technology and improving existing technology. What does it mean? It's providing clean water and sanitation to communities. It advances healthcare and develops drugs to cure disease. It's researching and producing food to aid growing global population. And it's designing greener products and processes and finding new ways to generate energy. Chemical engineers are improving our quality of life. Are these things you want to achieve? You can be a chemical engineer if you like combining maths and science, upscaling your ideas, designing efficient processes, applying your knowledge, and developing usable products. Taking your ideas out of the lab and into the world with real-life applications. Studying chemical engineering involves learning theory in lectures, applying what you learn in practical lab sessions, solving issues in problem classes with your colleagues, exploring new technologies, developing industrial strategies, understanding how to design processes and products, working in teams to solve engineering challenges, investigating the social and environmental impacts of chemical engineering. By doing these things, you'll gain more than chemical engineering theory. You'll have skills in critical thinking, problem solving, project management, and business insight. With these skills, you can work in industries like food, pharmaceuticals, fuels, water and sanitation, and oil and gas, preparing you to make an impact on the world sustainably. Why study CHE and MCL? We have various activities inside and outside of school. We have different community service and engagements that help us interact with other sectors of our society. We attend to national conferences in the Philippines that will help us align with the competencies of the profession in a nationwide scale. The school has the necessary facilities to equip us with the technical and soft skills needed in chemical engineering. Our students also get to enjoy campus-wide activities like Engineering Week that help us build relationships with other engineering students. And of course, we have our own CHE Week in which we conduct exciting activities and seminars where we also invite participants from other universities and colleges. We will make sure that your CHE life in this school will never be boring, with programs that will help you develop engineering expertise, social and leadership skills at the same time. We are affiliated with the Philippine Institute of Chemical Engineers and its junior chapter. MCL is conscious of its task in consolidating its stand with schools, with industries, and with related professional organizations. We also conduct international field trips and seminars to make our students globally competitive. We are looking forward to welcoming you in our chemical engineering family here at MCL.
The program aims to provide the highest quality, broad-based technical, scientific, and liberal education to enable students to qualify for graduate or advanced education and professional work in a wide range of civil engineering activities. The program is a balanced learning experience covering the following fields of study: geotechnical engineering, structural engineering, transportation and traffic engineering, water resources engineering, environmental engineering, construction engineering and management, project planning and administration. The program's achievements were reflected in the graduates' performance in the professional board examinations and in securing highly technical positions among reputable companies in which their diverse skills and knowledge, along with their high ethical standards, were nurtured in the MCL institution.
Hey there, mages! Welcome to the world of structures, the civil engineering. Do you know something about civil engineering program? Here are the important things to take note.
Civil engineering is an engineering discipline which covers geotechnical, structural, transportation and traffic, water resources, environmental, construction engineering and management, project planning, and administration.
Some of related career or job opportunities in civil engineering are the following. Structural engineer. Working closely with the construction industry, the structural engineers play a key role in the development of new infrastructures, from buildings and bridges to dams and pipelines. Engineers in this field are involved in all stages of a project's life cycle, including preliminary design and final inspections.
Geotechnical engineer. Geotechnical engineers specialize in the science of soil and rock and its application to new developments. Engineers specializing in this field typically work on the design, analysis, and construction of retaining walls, tunnels, roadways, embankments, and building foundations.
Water resource engineer. Water resource engineers focus on the development and maintenance of water resource management facilities that include wastewater treatment plants, drainage, canals, irrigation systems, and hydraulic structures such as reservoir, dams, and floodways.
Transportation engineer. Transportation engineers concentrate on road construction planning and maintenance. They are also the ones who design subways, metro transit systems, and airports. Most transportation engineers work in the open, usually at construction sites to monitor the pace and fix problems that arise from the project.
Moreover, MCL Civil Engineering Department had excelled in terms of extracurricular activities and board exam performances, which has been evident in previous years. This includes the Civil Engineering Licensure exam obtaining higher board passing rates, 5th Intercollegiate Aggregate Quiz which earned 2nd place, 11th National Rube Goldberg Design Competition which earned 2nd place.
Also, two alumni from the Civil Engineering Department had top-notch in Civil Engineering Licensure exam. Engineer Jude Rosales, who earned 8th place last May 2018 board exam, and Engineer Leonard Malabanan, the first MCLCE board top-notcher, who earned 3rd place in the past November 2012 board exam. In addition, the MCL graduates of Civil Engineering program are occupying key positions in prestigious construction firms and companies in the Philippines and abroad. Lastly, MCL had performed well in Master Plumber licensure exams in recent batches with high percentage of passing rate. Engineer Ada Bianca Rebutiaco had ranked top 3 in the past February 2015 board exam. Furthermore, the MCL's Civil Engineering Department have programs assisting students' growth. These programs were being held by the organizations in the field of civil engineering.
First is the Philippine Institute of Civil Engineers NCL chapter. The organization's mission and vision are to instigate excellence and virtue among its members through diligence, perseverance, and dependability. Moreover, its vision is to become an organization that promotes the advancement of knowledge regarding civil engineering in the institution of Malayan Colleges, Laguna. And the other one is the Eastern Asia Society for Transportation Studies Transportation Science Society of the Philippines MCL Student Chapter. This organization pursues to inspire its members to propagate their passion in search for knowledge and awareness about transportation. Also, peer mentorship or tutorials in engineering courses are done by this organization in order to help fellow MCL civil engineering students in their studies, especially in this digital mode of learning.
Malayan Colleges Laguna, as a top-performing engineering school, will bring a quality education and experience that will prepare you in the professional field. So, what are you waiting for? If you are interested in taking civil engineering career path, we are inviting you to enroll now at MCL.
Hi, I'm Engineer Judel Rosales, a licensed civil engineer and a practicing structural engineer. I am a board exam top-notcher, landing as the 8th placer of the May 2018 Civil Engineer Licensure exam. So what inspired me to take up civil engineering in MCL? So first of all, civil engineering is my childhood dream, and I chose MCL because they offered me a quality education that is on the level of what other universities in Metro Manila is offering. And yes, they did. So how did MCL prepare me in my chosen career? So in line with MCL's core values, excellence and virtue, they prepared me in such a way that it will make you realize if you are on the right track. And I'm forever grateful for that. They opened my inner potential to excel and taught me to act as an engineer even if I am still in undergrad. So what are my major accomplishments in my current work? As a structural engineer, finishing a local or international project with such confidence that it is safe, economical, and that it will surely serve its purpose is a major accomplishment. And as a designer, seeing what you designed came to fruition is one of the most fulfilling accomplishments you could ever have.
The program started in 2007 and continues to produce computer engineers after its first batch of graduates in 2012. The curriculum addresses the requirements based on the minimum standards set out by the Commission of Higher Education and Philippine Technological Council Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technology. That is conformance to an industry relevant curriculum and an educational experience that fosters excellence in technical competence, soft skills, and ethical professional practice. The program provides students with the required skills and competencies needed in the field of computer, communication, and information technology. The students were given an opportunity to further their learning experience and earn core certificates in Coursera and Cisco. Student participants won in regional and national competitions over the years, such as ICPEP CPE Challenge and IT Skills Olympics.
A wonderful day to all of you senior highs. I am Camille Calma, a third year BS Computer Engineering student of Malayan College, Laguna, and I am the representative of Computer Engineering program for the MITL Student Council. The Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering program is a combination of both electrical engineering and computer science. Our curriculum provides students with a foundation in basic science, mathematics, software, and engineering. The program aims to equip students with the ability to analyze, design, install, operate, and maintain digital devices, computer hardware, and software systems. The graduates of CPE are expected to understand both hardware and software and their interdependencies since computer engineering varies on different fields such as digital systems, computer architecture, microprocessors, and computer programming. CPE is widely known for being the field wherein we are the one who is building the computers. Significant components such as circuit boards, microchips, video cards, processors, hard drives, and routers that are continuously being designed and built by computer engineers. The ICPEP MCL, or the Institute of Computer Engineers of the Philippines, Malayan College, Laguna, is the organization belonging to the students of the MCL community, which is responsible for all the CPE students during such events inside and outside the MCL. The organization will help the CPE students to unlock their full potentials, practice their abilities, and to have a meaningful stay in the community, partnered with a high regards to the value of teamwork and collaboration. CPECB, or the certification body for the graduates of CPE, is now offering a certification for professionalizing the computer engineering field in the Philippines. The certification is categorized by the years of practice dedicated by an active ICPEP member. The general rule for the certification is to be followed until January 2024 or until CPE Certification Board decides to terminate or continue its implementation. CPE students of MCL also wins some competition in digital electronics and computer assembly and disassembly in IT Skills Olympics and other competitions like CPE Challenge. So, if you are interested to learn more about computers, may it be hardware or software, or if you are already a computer wizard and just want to enhance your skills, then computer engineering might be the right program for you. We, the computer engineering students of Malayan College Laguna, are looking forward to welcome you.
So, hi, I am Benson Briones. I am a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering in Malayan Colleges, Laguna. So, as of today, I currently work in Integrated Microelectronics Incorporated. This is under AC Industrials and Ayala Company. So, my position there, I started there as a program engineer, and as of today, I am now a project engineer. So for background, IMI provides electronics manufacturing services, EMS, and power semiconductor assembly and test services with manufacturing facilities in Asia, Europe, and North America. MCL is among the first major institutions to branch out from the National Capital Region and set up campus in southern Luzon in 2006. Also, MCL offers computer engineering program that provides students with required skills and competencies needed in the field of computer, communication, and information technology. Also, MCL copes in the fast-paced technology environment that will help you develop for the fundamental understanding of computer engineering and its application and its underlying concepts. MCL helped me by their flexible professors that prepared me as they serve and provide examples on how to handle patients, endless communication, discussion, and understanding in every situation. Not only academically, but they will help you throughout until you understand the meaning of it. MCL introduced me to new and complex ideas and literally stretched my brain and forced me to acknowledge and adopt the different perspective. MCL provides the all necessary state-of-the-art tools and resources, equipments for what I need being a computer engineering student. MCL provides awesome campus environment. It shows me the value of using my voice for the needs of the computer engineering students community before and standing up for the fellowship of the community. Being a computer engineering student helps me in my current job to understand engineering and management principles, ability to design a system, component, or process to meet desired needs within realistic constraints such as economic, environmental, social, political, ethical, health and safety, manufacturability, and sustainability in accordance with the standards. As of today, my major accomplishment from being a program engineer to project engineer is the capability to handle projects from procurement to finished product, meaning I can control the plan based on the timeline committed by the team and connecting different departments and people to get the job done. Now that I handle people in my team, helping and train them to beat the standard lead time of the plan, like pulling in committed shipment date to earlier date to make the client satisfied and happy. MCL has been the opportunity of a lifetime for me, and even that is an understatement. I want to thank MCL for providing me the character I need to keep building, the brain I need to keep expanding, and the heart I need to keep loving. I will treasure these college memories for the rest of my life.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lieutenant Del Rosario, Active Duty Cyber Operations Officer in the United States Air Force. I'm the officer in charge for Network Control Center assigned to the 374 Communications Squadron here in Tokyo, Japan. I lead military personnel, civilian, and Japanese nationals responsible for maintaining command and control communications and computer enterprise, serving the U.S. Forces Japan and across the Indo-Asia Pacific region. Back when I went to the United States for a vacation in the year 2010, I saw how in demand computer engineers and computer science graduates in the tech industry. So I took the program to prepare myself to be competitive in the field. As a cyber operations officer, I am expected to lead my airmen. To lead effectively, one requirement for us is to complete the undergraduate cyber training that teaches networking fundamentals, operating systems, scripting, offensive and defensive cyber operations, as well as the laws and ethics pertaining to our domain. We are a diverse team of individuals, came from different backgrounds that is worth celebrating. And I was one of those who have prior knowledge in the few areas they teach in the schoolhouse. I was able to easily finish the training. Definitely, MCL prepared me to be successful in my current career. Being a commissioned officer in the United States Air Force is truly an honor. I earned my commission and obtained IT industry standard Security Plus certification. I am humbled and grateful for what I have achieved. I wish you the very best in your chosen endeavor. I recommend the computer engineering program and would love to answer pending questions from everyone. I would love to be a mentor and offer my knowledge to anyone who would reach out to me. Thank you for taking the time to listen and good luck.
Hey there, Darwin here. I'm a graduate of BS Computer Engineering from Malayan Colleges, Laguna. I currently work as a software engineer here in Shopee, Singapore, and let me tell you how MCL, more specifically the Computer Engineering program, prepared me to achieve my career goals. The first time I set foot in MCL, back in 2008, I was in awe of how modern and high tech the campus was, from the architecture of the buildings to every single equipment and facility that they offer. As an incoming computer engineering student, deciding to study in MCL was a no brainer for me. Most of the equipments and softwares that we used back then were up to date, which definitely helped in immersing me to the latest technologies that I needed to be an effective software engineer. Of all the programs that MCL offers, I chose computer engineering because this is a well rounded program. It covers the basic engineering principles from electrical, electronics, mechanical, and different fields of science to the core knowledge that a software engineer should know, such as hardware, software development, and computer science skills. This gave me a wide range of fields to choose from, such as hardware, robotics, mobile app development, web development, and so much more. Computer engineering will give you a taste and exposure to different fields. However, this program requires determined and passionate students. A graduate of computer engineering will be a jack of all trades. Therefore, it is your responsibility to be a master of the field of your choosing. As for my case, I was determined to be in the software engineering field, which was the reason why I made sure to study programming to a more in depth level during my spare time. On top of this, I also tested my skills by creating different applications for MCL and other small businesses. And so, after graduating, any time that I need to work on a project that requires any of the skill set that I previously mentioned, may it be software development, hardware, electronics, or even robotics. I am confident that I have the necessary knowledge and experience to do so. This is not to say that computer engineering was pure hard work. I was the president of MCL's computer engineering program back in 2011, and we made sure to have events to promote the growth of each student, but we also had different bonding activities. These assured a lifelong friendship amongst the students and a professional network that is vital in everyone's career. Lastly, professors in MCL are certainly well versed and have a vast knowledge of their respective fields. It may be intimidating, but make sure to approach them for any queries you have to maximize your learnings. It was all thanks to their support and passion in teaching that made all of the alumni of MCL successful in the industry. With that, I highly recommend Malayan College Laguna's BS Computer Engineering program to anyone who want to have an edge in the technical world. With the combination of the learnings that the program offers and the students' perseverance, there is no doubt that a graduate of this program will be highly sought after by leading tech companies worldwide.
The program deals with the conceptualization, development, design, and application of safe, healthy, ethical, economical, and sustainable generation, transmission, distribution, and utilization of electrical energy. Through learner centered and outcomes based education, research, and practice, students learn to apply the knowledge of mathematics, physical sciences, information technology, and other allied sciences to benefit society and the environment. To ensure familiarity with the electrical, electronic, and computing equipment and techniques, laboratory experience is provided to students, allowing for their growth as globally competitive engineering professionals. Electrical engineering offers diverse career options in the field of consultation and management, design, supervision, operations and maintenance, manufacture and repair, teaching and sales and distribution. The BSEE program of MCL has produced 100% passing rate in the Registered Electrical Engineer licensure examination administered by the Professional Regulation Commission since 2012.
Hello everyone, I am Engineer Kevin Didugay. I will briefly introduce MCL's Electrical Engineering program to you. The Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering program deals with the study and use of technology and applied science involving electrical phenomena. It is important that the student builds a good foundation in the areas of mathematics and physical science. It is oriented towards the understanding of the basic theory and concepts needed for entry into any of the many activities in the profession, including but not limited to design, operations and management, teaching, sales, and consulting. Laboratory experience is emphasized to provide familiarity with electrical, electronic, and computing equipment and with experimental techniques. Modern tools and laboratory equipment are available for electrical and electronic circuits, machines, power systems, and computers. The Electrical Engineering program of MCL has maintained a 100% passing rate in the Registered Electrical Engineer licensure exam since 2012. Being electrical engineering students of MCL, you will be supported by the official student organization, Institute of Integrated Electrical Engineers, Malayan Colleges Laguna Student Chapter. They offer peer mentoring programs to assist you academically. Also, you can rely on the organization on fun activities that would make your student life more fun and vibrant. In behalf of the electrical engineering team, we thank you for attending this event and we hope to see you around campus.
Hello. Good day to anyone who's watching or listening to this webinar. I'm Alan Paulo Santos, a graduate of electrical engineering in MCL, which I'm assuming all of you are part of in one way or another. I began my bachelor's when I was 16 years old, since this was pre K-12. And like any other ambitious teenager, I wanted to go to a prestigious university or college to prove something to myself. Naturally, others would go thinking that I would pursue my studies in the older, much more well-known universities in Manila. But I found the prospect of commuting there every day, or the alternative of living there for an extended period of time, not a particularly attractive option. That's when I found out about MCL, which is a sister school of Mapua University, and at the time, a relatively lesser known higher education institution compared to how it is known now. So the first reason is really a little bit uh, of a juvenile reason, or more out of convenience than anything else. However, upon enrolling and experiencing student life inside the campus, I have no regrets with my choice, because it really offers top-notch and studies and education, and excellent faculty, and a very balanced experience, which provides a good head start for whatever career you are choosing. So the reason I chose an engineering program is also a bit juvenile, because it has one of the highest earning capacities, or so I'm told. That's how a 16-year-old mind works, really. But other than that, I wanted to challenge myself, I think, because back in high school, I wasn't really particularly good in math. So I wanted to improve on that. But make no mistake, the engineering programs here are quite difficult, but the existing system will really enable you to learn effectively if you exert enough effort. You don't have to be a genius or anything. You just need to have the motivation to succeed. Moving on from college and starting my career, the realistic challenges that MCL has given me in my 5 years there really helped me get ahead of the curve and do well in my job, because I work in the oil and gas industry. And I'm not gonna lie, it's one of the most competitive fields you can enter as an engineer, and quite frankly, one of the most stressful, since you will be demanded to balance a lot of stuff that's going on in the project, and you have to deal with it on your own and think of how to solve problems and everything like that. The way the curriculum of MCL works really helped me deal with all these challenges in my current job. So some of the greatest achievements so far that I have achieved in my career is I was sent to Japan for almost 2 years for a specific project in the United States, in Texas to be specific. I had to deal with a lot of nationalities: Indians, Japanese, Americans, even some from Europe, talk and coordinate with a lot of other companies, our vendors and our clients, like Siemens or Powell or ABB, which I'm sure a lot of our engineers listening here are familiar with. In moments of doubt, I often think that I'm too young to be doing these sorts of things, but I was given these opportunities because my colleagues trusted me and my skills, and a lot of what I have to offer is because of how MCL trained me to be. So if you choose MCL, you definitely won't regret it. Good luck.
The program deals with the development and application of devices and systems involving the flow of electrons or other carriers of electric charge in a vacuum, in gaseous media, in plasma, in semiconductors, in solid state, and in similar devices, including but not limited to applications involving optical, electromagnetic, and other energy forms, when transduced or converted into electronic signals. The BSECE program offers the following career paths: product engineer, application engineer, test engineer, network engineer, software engineer, system or network administrator, field engineer, telecom QA engineer, automation engineer, broadcasting engineer, sound engineer, ECE instructor or professor, medical electronics engineer, instrumentation and control engineer. Furthermore, the BSECE program of MCL has produced three top-notchers in electronics engineers licensure examination administered by the Professional Regulation Commission: sixth placer in April 2015, third placer in October 2016, and another sixth placer in April 2019 ECE board examinations.
Hello, senior high students. I know that at this point in your lives, some of you may still be undecided about what course to pursue in college, but that's completely normal. A lot of us experience the same thing during our senior high school days. And in hopes of helping you find your desired course, let me introduce our program, which is BS Electronics Engineering under the MITL department. The curriculum is designed to be student-centered and is aligned to meet MCL's output-based education framework. It also provides diverse activities and opportunities covering topics such as device physics, device operation, design of integrated circuits, communications and network systems, audio and video processing, robotics, electromagnetic and antenna systems, and electronic materials, to name a few. The program offers 8 specialization tracks: the Instrumentation and Control track, Microelectronics track, Telecommunication track, Semicon and Electronic Manufacturing track, Power Electronics, Biomedical Electronics, and Computer Systems. Since there are a lot of fields that an EC graduate can go to, you can choose from these 8 as these tracks are designed to further guide the students in jump-starting their career. Actually, I was a part of the alpha batch of senior high school here in MCL. Initially, I planned to get my college degree in Mapua since a lot of the great engineers that I personally know are graduates of Mapua. However, with the 2 years that I spent in MCL for my senior high school, I came to realize that I can get quality education without having to go far from Laguna. That's when I decided to pursue my degree here in MCL. As for my program, just like I said earlier, I was also undecided during my senior high school days because I didn't really have anything that I was passionate about. I had to think a lot to realize what I wanted. I was quite interested in high level programming languages like Python and Java, but I was also interested in creating machines and robots. So that's when I decided to go with electronics engineering. So far, I'm enjoying my course and I am close to figuring out my desired career path.
Grounded. With the graduates of 20...
And once you become a member of our community, you can also join our organization, ISEC MCL. We intend to provide free webinars and online tutorials to support our fellow ECE students amid this pandemic. Before this pandemic, we also had leadership training seminars, team buildings, and other activities aimed towards the students' growth. You can approach the officers if you have any concerns regarding the program or if you need assistance with your studies. Several of our graduates have been employed in the country's reputable companies such as. So with all this information, I hope you can finally narrow down your choices. See you in campus!
Hi, I am Ira Joshua Pelesa. I currently work with Accenture. I used to be an avionics engineer at Lufthansa Technic, Philippines. I know that most of our viewers today are high school students and parents who have questions about what program to take, which has the best advantage at this time in terms of employability and flexibility, which school to choose. These are the same questions that I asked myself 8 years ago, shortly after graduating high school from Canosa, Santa Rosa. My love for mathematics and curiosity about the engineering profession made me choose electronics engineering at Malayan Colleges Laguna in 2013. However, engineering and mathematics are indeed more than numbers. In my ECE days, I learned that to be more critical and analytical in thinking and decision making. I can describe my MCL college days in 3 words: challenging, fun, and rewarding. Challenging because in the ECE program, we had challenging projects like building prototypes and thinking of ways to innovate engineering ideas and concepts. On our fifth year and last year, we wrote our thesis about portable ECG monitoring. I and my fellow writers were happy that 2 years later, we knew that it was published in an international journal. Fun because at the sidelines of our academics, I had a chance to be part of various extracurricular activities as president of the Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines, or ISEP student chapter. Rewarding because these experiences equipped me with the knowledge, skills, and attitudes that helped me as I joined the workforce after graduating in the ECE program in May 2018 and passing the licensure exam 5 months later. From being an avionics engineer to a software engineer, I can say that being a graduate of ECE gives the advantage of flexibility and resiliency. At ECE, we are trained to do troubleshooting, wiring, and communication. This is best combined with the skills to develop IT solutions and highly in-demand applications. When the COVID pandemic came in, it is sad that even multinational top-performing companies are affected by the reduction of economic activity. But these bitter things can be better days if we have the mindset and attitude of being flexible and adaptive. This is proven now that I and my classmates can easily land in good opportunities to further enhance our capabilities and skills. So, for all the high school students and parents joining us today, always remember that engineering fields are always challenging but fun and rewarding as well. I am thankful that I gave MCL the chance to build me as a professional. I know that I have a long way to go, but the values of excellence and virtue will indeed be part of my inspiration to succeed.
Hi, I'm Donovan Deroy, an electronics engineering alumni of MCL and board exam top-notcher. I'll be sharing with you my story with MCL. When I was a student in MCL, I witnessed how the professors in lecture classes presents the lessons in a way that is easy to understand. This was helpful for me since college has a very fast pacing compared to high school. For the laboratory classes, I was fond of the electronics and electrical laboratories because those are filled with state-of-the-art equipment that the students can actually use during experiments and even for projects. MCL not only hones the students' academic capabilities, but also their other interests. There are various campus organizations that everyone can join. I remember when I was in third year, I was fortunate enough to serve as the executive vice president for Youth for Christ based organization. And together with the other officers, we organized an overnight camping for the members. Then, in my fourth year, I was elected as the Vice President of Academic Affairs for the Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines, MCL chapter. That was the official organization for the electronics engineering students in MCL. After graduation, I started my review in Manila for the upcoming electronics engineering licensure examination. The lectures in the review center were compact and several topics are discussed within a single session. This is when I found out that this was nothing new to me since I was used to MCL's fast-paced environment. And so I was able to absorb all the lectures. This was probably one of the biggest reasons why I became a top-notcher. By being a top-notcher and a graduate from a well-known engineering school, a lot of companies were sending me messages, inviting me for job opportunities. After a few interviews, I decided to apply in a company located in Ortigas, Pasig City, the semiconductor company Rome LSI Design Philippines. It was there that I was able to utilize what I have learned in my laboratory courses, such as how to use measuring instruments, assembling circuits to minimize parasitics, and analyzing analog and digital circuitries. So MCL is a great place to learn and grow. You'll never go wrong with MCL. You'll never go wrong with AC.
The program deals in the design, improvement, and installation of products, processes, and integrated systems of people, materials, information, equipment, and energy. The program provides its graduates with skills to improve the design and change how things are done to increase quality, safety, and productivity. IE graduates have been employed in several companies such as Procter& and Gamble, Samsung, San Miguel Corporation, Integrated Microelectronics Incorporated, Globe Telecom, Lazada, and Shopee. IE graduates have the following career opportunities: industrial engineer, process engineer, logistics and warehouse supervisor, operations research analyst, systems engineer, production planner, production engineer, material planner, quality control specialist, and operations manager.
Welcome to the Guild, future solvers of industry's issues.
Your quest begins now by choosing your calling.
We have experience and adventure that we'd also like you to fulfill.
We would like to ask you to consider
being an industrial engineer and join the family.
these offer rewards like flexible career paths, a managerial level job,
and even a wide range of industries to settle in.
Be it food industry, retail industry, transportation industry,
finance industry, healthcare industry, and many more.
We can thrive in those domains.
There's no cycle in this job, as every day there's a new problem to fix. Always remember to use your mind to innovate your way out of problems.
like overstocking, waste handling, and even bankruptcy.
So set your sights high and soar upwards. Choose the adventure of being an industrial engineer.
We
IE,
and we are fast.
Think well about your quest, future solvers. We await your arrival.
The industrial engineering program in MCL enriched my know-how in the analytical approach to productivity, design, systems, and quality of life. I also developed a Kaizen mindset to become more aware of opportunities and to continuously pursue improvement. MCL did not only equip me with the technical skills and tools in IE, but more so in the application of excellence and virtue in my chosen field. I believe that the time spent in MCL is a very important aspect of my career and where I am right now.
So, what inspired me to take BSI in MCL? So, growing up kasi, nasa IE family ako. Tapos, yung parents ko, parehong sa Mapua graduate. So, si Malaya, nung nakita namin na sister school siya ni Mapua, tapos, syempre, malapit din siya. Doon ko naisipan na mag-MCL na lang ako, tapos, IE yung kukunin ko. So, prepare ako ni MCL sa chosen career ko kasi, syempre, sa MCL kasi hindi naman madaling graduate ng engineering. So, nandyan yung FISID, thesis, mga majors. So, doon pa lang talagang ma-mold ka na para maging isang professional. So, yun. Yung major accomplishments ko sa current work ko, siguro isa ko sa pinakabatang member ng company. Kasi, ang hinahanap na talaga nila doon ay mga may experience. Pero dahil naturuan din talaga ako ni MCL ng maayos, yun, marami akong nasi-share na ideas na parang naisip ng company na magiging asset ako doon sa kanila, sa team nila, ganun. Tapos 'yun, dahil din do'n, kumbaga na-promote ako nung na-regular ako kasi siyempre yung ibang ginagawa nila do'n parang nata-tackle na rin namin nung majors namin.
First, I chose MCL for my BSIE because back then I was looking for a school whose professors for IE are of good track record, and I also considered the recent results of the certification exam for industrial engineers, and it just so happens that MCLIE has a good track record for both. And when I graduated, MCL has prepared me so much, for me to be ready to the industry that I was going into. And aside from the technical skills that you will actually learn in the classroom, they will actually prepare you to be more attentive, especially to details, and also to look at different perspectives on how you're going to solve a problem, especially, bigger projects for your company. And my biggest accomplishment at work, I think, in my current job, I was always changing things. I'm a process excellence specialist in the company that I work for. So I'm constantly changing things. Making things that the processes are very effective and efficient. So uh, there's no bigger praise or bigger accomplishment than receiving praise from your coworkers, who's the receiver of the changes that I make, and that they're saying that the changes that I have made uh, positively impacted their current work life.
I took industrial engineering since it offers a wide variety of fields like engineering, management, and sometimes finance and IT, which I think would help me in my career progression. MCL helped me in the career path I've chosen since it imbued excellence and virtue in me, which transformed me into a critical thinker and a problem solver. With the help of my education, I was able to add value to the organization I'm working for. I provide insights on the problems on hand and deliver results expected of me.
What inspired me to take PSIE is the nature of my parents' work, as well as the thought that we're living in a world full of rooms for improvement. Therefore, there will always be a job opportunity for industrial engineers in any industry. Now, the professors in Malayan Colleges Laguna have helped me the most in my chosen career because of the knowledge and counsel they have imparted, as well as the personal values that is greatly reflected in the way they interacted with us and the different teaching methodologies they used. Aside from that, the student organizations and the school resources and premises have also equipped me. Indeed, it takes a community to raise an engineer. Since Malayan Colleges Laguna put premium value on the pursuit of lifelong learning, I currently have a master's degree in industrial engineering, which I actually use to enhance my skills and experiences as a college professor. That's how PSIE in Malayan Colleges Laguna has impacted me, and I hope to see you in our campus.
So, what inspired me to take BSI in MCL? Before, I wasn't sure of what course to take, and since I came from a family of engineers, both of my father and my brother, and most of my cousins are engineers as well, who are really doing great in their companies. I asked my father what program to take, and he recommended that I take Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering, as it can open possibilities to more opportunities in the real world. Well, as I've researched about it, the scope of the course and its impact to every industry amazed me. That it is really that significant in every company. Like literally, everyone needs an industrial engineer in their venture. So it made me want to try it, and we looked for the best fit engineering schools and found Malayan Colleges Laguna. How did MCL prepare me in my chosen career? Malayan Colleges Laguna is a great training ground for industrial engineering students. Its curriculum, facilities, most especially the professors, were really competent and skilled in teaching the courses in IE, while maintaining the high standard when it comes to education. Industrial engineering is like the best of both worlds, engineering and business, right? So you can have more options. For me, I chose business. And the learning, the challenges we encounter from our major courses, like during our thesis, made us problem solvers, critical thinkers, a leader, not just a follower, which is really value adding in the business I'm managing right now. What are my major accomplishments in my current career? Since I franchise a dropshipping business of a US based company, I handle a global team comprising mostly of different professionals. I'm leading a group of people with the right core values and guiding them with a system we continuously improve so that the operation and approach in the business will be more efficient, more productive, and more profitable, which I know I use some of the learnings I got from our IE classes. I am really privileged to be one of the trainers and speakers in our organization, recognized at our Singapore convention, and got multiple travel incentives from the company to Taiwan, to Sri Lanka, to Bali. And my business is really doing well. We're expanding in different countries. It's really fulfilling to be making lots of profit while doing what you love. I found my purpose here and that passion where I can give an impact to other people's lives for the better. So I'm really grateful to my professors and to Malayan Colleges Laguna.
Hello everyone, I'm Darvin Calunya and I graduated BS Industrial Engineer at Malayan Colleges Laguna last 2015 and I almost have a 6-year profession at manufacturing industry. I got interested on this course because of its flexibility in both manufacturing and service industry. So Malayan Colleges Laguna molded me in terms of learning the skills regarding the lean manufacturing and project management that which is I practice today. Those tools is very effectively in identifying waste and eliminating unnecessary work on the process, which is made to improve the efficiency of the process. And also, it is one of the fundamentals in order to map what will be the main root cause of the delays on the process. And I encourage to take this course not just only to develop your technical skills, but also your interpersonal skills. And thank you.
The program draws upon a number of basic and applied sciences to design, build, and improve devices, machines, processes, and systems that involve mechanical forces, work, and energy. It emphasizes the study of the efficient transformation of energy from one form to another and the behavior of solids, liquids, and gases. The program also includes a design and manufacture of structures used in industrial, biomedical, instrumentation, and transportation systems. It also includes converting thermal and chemical energy into mechanical work through engines and power plants, transporting energy via devices like heat exchangers, pipelines, gears, and linkages, and utilizing energy forces and structures to perform a variety of tasks. Career opportunities are as follows: operation and maintenance, design and consultancy, production or manufacturing, management and supervision, sales, marketing and entrepreneurship, research and development, and education. Since 2012, the program is consistently getting a high passing rate in the ME licensure examination. The ME program of MCL ranked number 1 top performing school under Category 1 for at least 50 examinees in the August 2018 licensure exam.
Hi, future engineers. I am Camille Jainocon, the president of PSME MCLSC, representing my program, Mechanical Engineering. Mechanical engineering is a profession that is not only limited to the manufacturing industry, but also covers the food industry wherein MEs are in charge of the food storage, sanitation and safety measures, or practices in a plant. It's getting more interesting, isn't it? Now let us proceed to the possible career of a mechanical engineer. We have the automotive engineer and power plant engineer as a common knowledge of people as to what MEs are doing. But MEs are also those who become boiler engineers, mechanical design engineer, and manufacturing engineer. But wait, there's more. Here are the other possible career of being a mechanical engineer. All right, and now let's go to what awaits for you, future ME, if you will enroll with us here in Malayan Colleges, Laguna. We have our official student organization, which is the Philippine Society of Mechanical Engineers, Malayan Colleges Laguna Student Chapter, which is also an affiliate of its national organization, PSME. If you join us, rest assured that we got your back with these services that we offer: enrollment assistance, ME hotline, peer mentoring, and seminars. Here in mechanical engineering community, we always make sure that no one is left behind. We strive as one and celebrate achievements and victories as one. What I am about to show you are the achievements we had for the past years. Let's start with our internal achievements. In MCL, we have our annual MITL Week, wherein all the architecture and engineering programs will compete for the title of Program of the Year. ME reigned as a Program of the Year for 6 times within the 8 MITL weeks, which only shows that ME really have a great teamwork and relationship as a family. Regarding our national achievements, we are awarded in the 10th PSME Student National Conference Research Competition as the second runner-up. And last but not the least, we have a 100% passing rate in almost all of the licensure exam for mechanical engineers, and that is because of the foundation that our professors built upon us. What are you waiting for? Come and join us, our family, and let us achieve our goal as a licensed mechanical engineer together.
Thank you very much to the MITL department and our alumni. We surely learned a lot about the program offerings of MITL. Again, guys, if you have any questions, you may leave them in the comment section and we'll address them after the next part of our program. Now, how exactly can you become part of the MITL and the MCL community? Well, the first step is getting admitted. To discuss the admissions procedure, here is the admissions director, Sir Josh Pisigan. Good
Hello,
afternoon,
good
sir.
morning. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Morning. Ayan. Um, in terms of admission, I'd like to invite you all. I believe I have a PowerPoint that will be showing to everyone. So let's wait for it na lang. Ayan. Again, I welcome everyone who's dialed in and joining this morning's Viewpoint session. Allow me to introduce myself again. My name is Josh Pisigan. I am the admissions director from Malayan Colleges Laguna. So hopefully you can see my screen or the PowerPoint that I've created for you this morning. Ayan. For those who have not applied yet for MCL, and I know after viewing and seeing the very enticing video that was shown prior to me popping up on your screen, I know most of you are actually going to apply for MCL. So here are a few reminders that I'd like to share with you guys. So currently, MCL has relaxed our admissions process. What does this mean? We are on open admission, so we do not have any entrance examination for this academic year. So that's something that's really, something to look forward to as a student. Pretty much really the reason why we're trying to do this is because we're avoiding any activity which involves a lot of social interaction. So that we can avoid any possibility of us contracting the disease or COVID-19. Again, the priority of MCL is the health and safety of our students, our parents and guardians, and also the staff of MCL. So for this academic year, we're not holding any entrance examination, which means the application process is a lot simpler. All you need to do is to go to our website, so that's www.mcl.edu.ph, and just click on apply now, and that will be redirecting you to an online application form, which you can finish in probably around 2 to 3 minutes, because the information that we'll be asking from you is pretty much really very simple and straightforward. And sige po, let's move on to the next slide. Aside from the application form, we have two modes of enrollment. So, as I've shared earlier, you can process your application online. However, in the interest of safety for everyone, we have a mechanism for you to also go through the whole enrollment process online as well. So, the traditional that you have to go to the campus for enrollment, you can actually opt not to do that, particularly because we're in the midst of the pandemic and we want to make sure that everyone is safe. So you can submit your required documents online as well. You can also pay for your matriculation and even the application fee in our different offsite channels. However, as you are seeing on the screen right now, we also have on-site enrollment for new students or incoming students as well. If you prefer to drop by the campus, that is also available. All we ask is that you secure an appointment for MCL or for your visitation here at the campus. On the screen right now, you're seeing a QR code. If you have your mobile phones handy, you can take a screenshot of it or scan it. That will redirect you to an online appointment form, which you will need to furnish or fill out, and a confirmation will be sent to your email. The dates that you're seeing on the screen right now are the available on-site enrollment dates for MCL. So that's basically from Tuesdays to Saturdays, from a window period of 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now, the reason for that is we're trying to control the crowd that actually is visiting MCL, particularly because we want to still maintain social distancing, and we want to make your visit to MCL as safe as possible. So we encourage everyone to secure an appointment first before dropping by the campus. Ayan, let's move on to the next screen. Aside from using the QR code, you can also drop by or visit our website. Again, that's www.mcl.edu.ph. The first pop-up that you will be seeing on the screen is basically what I'm showing you right now. So there's two options. If you want to set an appointment, just click on the image to the left, and that will also redirect you to the online appointment form. If you also want to have someone from the admissions team contact you back, you can click on the option to the right that says contact or helplines. That will ask you for your contact details, and someone from our admissions department or an admissions advisor will be contacting you regarding your concern or question. So either way, you can definitely reach out to us, and we will assist you with whatever application or enrollment concern that you may have. Ayan. Move on to the next slide, please. Yan. I'll be sharing with you how the application process actually works. So like what I mentioned earlier, all you need to do now is to just simply lodge in an application for your preferred course with MCL, particularly an engineering course, hopefully. So after you submit or you fill out and you submit the application form, what you will then or what you can then expect from MCL is you will be receiving a confirmation email. Ayan, let's move on to the next slide po. Ayan, this is the online site. Just click on baccalaureate. That will refer you to the online application form. Again, all you need to do is to just fill out the form and then hit submit. Ayan, next slide po. Once you hit submit, you will automatically receive a confirmation email through your email. Yung ilalagay niyo pong email sa application form, that's pretty much really the one of the major modes of communication that we will be doing with you in terms of your application process. So we will be sending to that particular email your application confirmation. Kindly read through the application confirmation because that includes a lot of information in terms of the next steps that you will need to take. So, sige po, next po. Ayan. On the confirmation email, you will be prompted to request for billing. So, what does this mean? There's a link that you will need to click. It's another form that you will be redirected to. Just furnish that form, and that will give you instructions on how you can pay the application fee. It's just 400 pesos. that will facilitate for the whole application process po. You can pay this application fee on different channels that we have prepared for you. We have our online and offsite payment channels, which is what you're seeing on the screen right now. We have RCBC Bank Card, debit cards for MasterCard and Visa, which you can also process on site. You can also do payments through PayMaya and GCash. These are, if I'm not mistaken, bank transfer procedures po. And then you can also do the payment or process the payment through Cebuano Lulier or Emily Willier. So those are third party parties or payment parties that we have actually partnered with, but it's going to be more accessible for everyone since there's a lot of channels for these payments. There are a lot of branches scattered around, the country. So you can pay your application fee in any of these channels. We only ask that if you do pay through these modes of payment, please indicate the name of the student and also your contact details, such as your mobile number and your email address, so that we can track the payment in terms of your application. Sometimes kasi once the student pays through GCash, they only get a screenshot of the transaction and they send the screenshot, but then again, the screenshot does not indicate the name of the student. So hopefully, please indicate the name of the applicant, also your contact number, so that we can follow it up in case there are any questions. Ayan. So after we pay the 400 pesos, what we'll need to request from you guys is to send a copy of the proof of payment to MCL. Ayan. And then you will then receive a letter of acceptance. So at this point, basically, you will be issued your student credentials in terms of the different systems that you will be using for the enrollment, such as your one MCL account and your Blackboard Learn account. You will also be given your student number at this point, together with a copy of the enrollment form and also, the enrollment guideline, and also an acceptance letter coming from MCL, signifying your acceptance with Malayan Colleges Laguna. Ayan. Next screen po. So through the application process as well, like what I've mentioned, on the screen right now, you are seeing the different required documents that you will need to submit. So you will be given an access to Blackboard Learn. And then through Blackboard Learn, all you need to do is to submit the documents enumerated on the screen right now. So we have the birth certificate, your original high school report card, certificate of good moral character, government issued ID of the parents, copies of your picture, and then also forms which are issued by MCL. All of these are available, the forms at least are available through Blackboard Learn. Also, as a reminder, we're not going to be asking you to go out of the house to get your picture taken professionally through a studio. You can use your mobile phone, just look for a white wall or a white background. You can take technically a selfie. And that can serve as your ID photo, which you can submit through Blackboard Learn. Hopefully, you have all the enrollment requirements available to you to submit for submission. If you are lacking one of the requirements or some of the requirements, you can still move forward with your enrollment. All you need to do is to just sign our affidavit of undertaking, which signifies your commitment to submit the documents once it becomes available. Ayan. So next slide, please. Once you submit your requirements naman po through Blackboard Learn and we give you a green light, which means okay po lahat ng ating requirements that we have submitted through Blackboard Learn, you will then receive a generated schedule and assessment. So that's I have a sample on the screen right now being flashed. So this pretty much really indicates what subjects you are going to enroll in, and then also how much the matriculation or the tuition fee that you will need to settle. Again, settling of matriculation fees can be done through our offsite channels. Next slide po. Pa-click ko ng next slide natin. Ayan. Same off-site and online channels din po for the matriculation or the payment of your tuition fee. Or again, like I mentioned earlier, you can also pay it on the in the campus as long as you provide or secure an appointment with us. Ayan. So after you pay the tuition fee naman po, all you need to just do is to also send a copy of the proof of payment to MCL. On the screen right now, we are flashing our admissions helplines. Again, our operating hours are from 9 to 5. This is for all of your inquiries. We have dedicated enrollment advisors for this is for college po that are on standby to answer any of your concerns. So for any applicant with surname starting from A to C, we have Miss Hazel. We also have Miss Shai, who is going to be the academic advisor for applicants with surnames starting from D to L. And then for applicants with surnames starting from M to R, we have Miss Mia. And lastly, we have Miss Jenny Rose for applicants with surnames starting from S to Z. All of their contact details and their personal email addresses are on the screen right now. So if you have your phones handy, you can also take a screenshot of this page so that you'll have something to reference if you need someone to contact in terms of your application and enrollment. Also, you may choose to send us an email through our generic mailbox, so that's admissions at mcl.edu.ph, and we will be more than happy to address or answer your inquiries through our general mailbox. Ayan. Next slide, please. This is pretty much really just a rundown of the simplified procedures for online enrollment. All of these steps and the key dates can be accessed as well through our online posting of the enrollment guidelines on the link. The link that you're seeing on the bottom of the screen right now will lead you to the enrollment guidelines which we have published on our official website at mcl.edu.ph. You may also download a copy through this particular link. And as a forward or maybe a last word of reminder, our classes actually will begin on August 16, 2021. So we always encourage our prospective students to process your enrollment ahead of time to avoid the rush. And also, if we're doing an online enrollment, as much as possible, try to do it ahead of time so that in case you have some documents that you will still need to submit, you still have some lead time to process them. Ayan. Next slide po. I guess this is my last slide. So, yes, like what I mentioned earlier, our start of classes is August 16. So we highly encourage everyone and urge everyone, if you have not applied yet, please do so. It will only take you like around 2 to 3 minutes to process the application form. And if you have settled or if you have submitted your application form and you're just waiting to go ahead and move forward with enrollment, again, we also encourage you to do so to avoid the rush of enrollment. Currently, right now, there's a lot of people lining up or queuing up to pay for the tuition fee outside. So we encourage you to do it ahead of time para hindi po tayo mahirapan for our enrollment for academic year 2021-2022. Again, my name is Josh Paul. In case you have any questions or any concerns with admissions, please do not hesitate to send us word or an email again at admissions@mcl.edu.ph. Ayan. We look forward to having all of you as bona fide students of MCL for academic 2021 to 2022. Ayan. Thank you.
And that's how you can become part of the MCL community. Thank you very much, Sir Josh. So next up is the Q&A portion of our event. So to help me facilitate the Q&A portion, let us welcome the Assistant Vice President for Academic Services, Mr. James Ronald O. Messina.
Yes, good morning, Iris, and good morning to
Good
our
morning.
parents and students who are very interested with our architecture and engineering programs. Kamusta po kayo and welcome to Viewpoints. Sana po ay maraming mga questions na ma-erase ngayon sa Viewpoints so that we can answer them one by one. So may mga nakikita na ako, Iris, na questions about computer specs, about when is the start of classes, and about the acceptance letter. So we will be opening the school year this coming August 16, 2021. Kaya maraming reasons po for you to fast track your enrollment through our admissions office. Specifically for the engineering and architecture programs na mabilis pong mapuno yung mga sections. So para po yung mga nasa pipeline ng aming admissions and enrollment, please enroll now. And our enrollment advisors na binanggit kanina ni Josh will be very happy to assist you. So Iris, I'm very happy to witness and to watch dun sa mga videos ng testimonials ng mga alumni, and a good number of them were my former students. Yeah. So nakakatuwa na they are now reaping the fruits of their education from Malayan Colleges Laguna Amapua School. And hopefully when you graduate, sooner or later, we will also be hearing good stories from you as a bona fide graduate of Malayan Colleges Laguna, specifically the College of Arts and Science. So to our listeners, kung may mga questions po kayo, paki-type sa ating chat box and we will be answering those one by one. For the computer specifications, I hope our prod team can flash. Pero basically po, any computer equipment na i5 ang processor with 8 gig RAM and Microsoft Office applications will do for our engineering programs. Pero kung architecture po ang kukuhanin ng mga bata, medyo mas may mataas pong computer specs yan. Siyempre may mga nire-render yan ng mga graphics at meron din yung mga ibang mga activities na kailangan ng mas mataas na specs. And we always tell our students and parents that this equipment ay napaka-importante, and this must be treated by everyone as investments, not only for schooling, dahil ayan, ay risk, baka merong ikaw o yung mga classmates mo nag-i-invest sa mga computer equipment kasi rumaraket. Di ba? Kumukuha ng mga freelance jobs like pag-render ng videos, pag-edit ng videos. So sa mga engineering and architecture students, meron din mga ganon. And definitely, kailangan yung mga computer equipment na yon para when they join the industry, ay hindi sila nahuhuli in terms of the application, in terms of the technology use in the industry. So, yun po. So, any i5, 8 gig RAM, and dahil online learning tayo, may webcam, may microphone, ay okay po yan sa fully online learning at MCL, powered by Blackboard Learning. So, yeah, that's why we are encouraging the parents to help us on that. Diba? Ayaw naman namin na hindi natin ma-fully maximize yung functionality ng Blackboard Learn dahil bumabagal yung computer and naglalag siya pagka nasa AutoCAD na and things like that. Yan. Also, good news to all our new students. When you enroll at MCL, we'll be issuing you the MCL live email account. And using that email account entitles you to license access of MS365. So, pwede nyo gamitin yung mga applications ng MS Office using the MCL live email account that we will be giving out to new students. And you can also use the same MS365 account for a 1 terabyte access to OneDrive. Yan. Yun. So meron ba tayong mga questions? Ayan. So Architect Gakutan specifically spelled out the computer requirements for the architecture program. So sabi ko nga kanina, mas mataas pag architecture. So the program chair recommends that we invest on Intel i7 with 16 gig DDR4 RAM, 512 gig at least na solid state drive na hard disk, and of course with Wi-Fi capability. And I think meron din siyang specific requirement for yung medyo mas mataas na capacity for the graphics. Yeah. So medyo medyo parehas sila ng requirements for the MMA program. So thank you Architect Gakutan for sharing the computer specs for architecture. Yeah. Meron ba bang other questions?
Start po tayo sa Q&A portion po natin. So, let's have on screen po the Dean of MITL, Engineer Orlando G. Perez, as well as the program chairs of MITL po, Architect Wilfredo Gacotan for BS Architecture, Engineer Jesunino Aquino for BS Chemical Engineering, Engineer Hermie Del Pilar for BS Civil Engineering, Engineer Maribel Pabiana for BS Computer Engineering, Engineer Maria Criselda Leola for BS Electrical Engineering, Engineer May Garcilenosa for BS Electronics Engineering, and Engineer Ezra Godelano for BS Industrial Engineering. Also,
So, kompleto ba? Wala pa tayong naiwan?
the admissions director po, si Sir Josh Pisigan.
Yan. So good morning, my dear colleagues. My first question for MITL. I'm sure that our listeners, parents, and students will be interested to know about the accreditation of the MITL programs. And it's very recent that last week we received another set of certificates for MITL with the PTC ACBET. So I would like to ask any from the group, ano po ba yung value ng PTC ACBET sa mga magiging graduates ng Malayan Colleges Laguna, specifically sa MITL?
Hello, good morning, Sir James. Can you hear me, Sir James?
Yes, go
Okay.
ahead, sir.
For the Mapua Institute of Technology at Laguna, all our engineering programs, the BS Chemical Engineering, Civil Engineering, Computer Engineering, Electrical Engineering, Electronics Engineering, Industrial Engineering, and Mechanical Engineering, all programs are PTC ACBET accredited. So PTC ACBET is the one endorsing the accreditation to the so-called Washington Accord accreditation. And when we speak of Washington Accord accreditation, if a certain program of a certain school like us in MCL, say sa lahat ng engineering programs, since PTC ACBET accredited tayo, then will be endorsed to Washington Accord accreditation. So anywhere you go, kahit saan ka pumuntang countries, for as long as they are also members of the Washington Accord accreditation, you will be recognized as an engineer. You will be recognized there to practice as a chemical, a civil, industrial, mechanical, electronics, lahat pong engineering field. Now, when we speak of the Washington Accord accreditation, we speak here of equivalency. So kung ano yung experience ng mga estudyante sa ibang bansa, ano yung mga student outcomes that they're able to demonstrate before they graduate. So kung ano yung meron tayo dito sa Philippines, sa ibang bansa, meron din sila noon. So pare-parehas tayo. Kung ano yung practice sa US, hindi ng practice natin dito. Therefore, when you go to the US, you will be recognized to practice as engineers. Now, the same with the architecture, later will be applying for a separate accreditation. Iba po yung accreditation program for architecture, which is also an international accreditation po. So, bukod po doon, of course, when we speak of the institution itself, MCL, so ano po tayo, we're already granted with that autonomous status from CHED and of course the QS rating. So yung pong PTC ACBET, Washington Accord Accreditation, so that is only for the engineering programs of MITL. So yun po. Salamat po.
Okay, thank you, sir. So we're saying that which programs are now PTC ACBET para lang po mas lalong ma-energize yung ating mga listeners?
So, sir, all engineering programs. So we have chemical engineering, civil engineering, computer engineering, electrical engineering, electronics engineering, industrial engineering, and mechanical engineering. 7 engineering programs.
Okay, so thank you very much, Dean. So all engineering programs ay meron tayong PTC accreditation. So meron po tayong question about the conduct of classes for architecture and engineering programs. So maybe we can hear from Architect Gakutan. Paano po kaya ginagawa ng mga teachers and students yung learning ngayon sa architecture? And how does MCL, specifically MITL, ensure that the competencies required for the students are being met before they graduate in the architecture program?
Actually, right now sa architecture, we're observing the full online type of mode of classes, no? Just like any other program in MCL. But of course, doesn't mean pag sinabi mong online, lesser yung exposure and yung competency na nag-gain ng estudyante, no? Actually, mas ano ngayon, mas stringent yung approach ng mga professors sa architecture kasi nga they make sure that there is a one-on-one face-to-face through computer interaction between faculty and the students, no? Ino-observe namin yon, although mas mahirap para sa faculty members dahil especially in architecture, unlike any other program in architecture, ano pagka merong 40 students, there are 40 solutions in design. So, hindi kamukha ng ibang program na pag nagbigay sila ng mga assignments or exams, uh, the, solu- the solutions are all the same for sa mga estudyante. But in architecture, iba-iba yan, kanya-kanya. No? So, for 40 students, 40 solutions, so 40 evaluations ang gagawin ng faculty. And each of every students will be evaluated by the faculty members. And ganun po ka-stringent, no? One-on-one po ang ginagawa. All our faculty members are professionals. They are licensed and members of the United Architects of the Philippines. Kaya po well abreast sila sa mga latest technologies, especially in architecture. We can promise the students that we will be providing you a top-notch, world-class quality education in architecture at MCL.
Okay, so thank you very much, Sir Fred, for replying to the concern. So, ibig sabihin, business as usual po when it comes to fully online learning for our architecture program. Okay, so mga engineering programs po, maybe we can ask some of our program chairs.
Sir
Miss
DP?
E. Yes, go ahead. Sino po yan?
Sir Hermie?
Sir Hermie of CE.
Hello, good morning. I think
good morning, sir.
Architect Fred has answered. Good morning. I think Architect Fred has answered the question sufficiently. We almost have the same mode in giving the lectures, even the laboratories. However, in the civil engineering, for example, we have options in other laboratory courses like doing simulations, if it's possible, and that makes the laboratory learning more interesting and more collaborative in nature. That's what I can add to what Sir Fred has already given.
Okay, so thank you very much for replying. And meron tayong tanong dito from one of our parents sa senior high school. Natatandaan ko to, si Miss Mita Parocha of DepEd. And she's specifically interested about the accreditation of the CPE program. So, Ma'am Bel Pabianya, meron tayong isang senior high school graduate na interested sa program mo. So maybe you can enlighten us about the accreditation of the CPE program. And also may tinatanong about applications and computer specs for CPE courses.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mamita. Thank you so much for the inquiry. Regarding the computer specifications, as what has been mentioned or posted a while ago, I5 is for the processor. Also, we have 8 gig memory for the RAM. And 500 gig of hard drive is also the requirement. So actually, for the computer specs, as long as it can handle the software specifications for the applications that will be needed for the course, then that will be possible. Then regarding for the computer engineering accreditation, as of now, I think MCL is actually uh, sorry, regarding the computer engineering accreditation, so we are actually, as was mentioned by Dean OP, so we are PTC ACBET accredited, but we will now be undergoing accreditation for another 4 years under PTC ACBET. And in addition, uh, as MCL, computer engineering program is also autonomous accredited by CHED. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Bell, for replying to Miss Parocha's concern. So, meron pa ba tayong other questions, Iris? Yan. So, parang yun lang naman from our audience.
We also have other questions po.
Yeah.
Frodin, can you please flash on screen some of the questions? Okay, let's wait lang. Ayun, from Nathaniel Gonzaga. How to send the receipts and other requirements on BBL po? Okay, so receipts.
Yeah, actually,
I'm guessing
yeah, the reason why we are deploying the enrollment management system in BBL is for our applicants to have a feel already of the LMS. And yung mga requirements na kailangan ipasa, we treated that as assessments in BBL. So para ka nagsasubmit ng assignment na i-attach mo or i-drop mo yung mga documents na yan. In that case, yung transaction slip or proof of payment. So, pakihanap doon sa enrollment management system yung submission link for the transaction slip. And that's it. For us to monitor your progress in the enrollment procedures and we can assist you kung kailangan. Yeah, thank you for raising that concern.
Thank you, Sir James. Okay, so we have another question po from the audience. Ayan. From Brent Kendrick Gamo. Do incoming first-year college students need to do AutoCAD na po? Okay, sir.
Yes, can I answer that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, especially programs like architecture, civil engineering, electrical engineering, and mechanical engineering. First year pa lang, you'll be having a computer-aided design subject, no? Especially in drawing class. What's good about MCL is that all students, first year pa lang, will get access to licensed AutoCAD software. These are all licensed. No? Hindi ito po yung mga pirated na ginagamit ng bank schools. So, ang MCL po naka-subscribe sa AutoCAD for a up-to-date licensed softwares, and all students, architecture and engineering students, will have access to these licensed softwares. So kaya first year ko lang, meron na po kayong AutoCAD.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay. We have other questions pa from the audience. Ayun po. From Adrian Antonio. Ask ko lang po, in the near future, ano po sa tingin nyo yung pinaka-in-demand po na job based po sa available courses from engineering? Anyone from
Away.
Hello.
Kasi lahat sila sasabihin ay in demand. Anyway, let's hear it from the Dean of the MITL, and later on the other chairs can share their piece.
Apo. So thank you very much, Sir James. Of course, to tell you honestly, so after this pandemic, all engineering disciplines and architecture, kay lahat yan magkakaroon ng maraming opportunities. Actually, sa totoo lang, right now, lahat ng engineering disciplines, marami tayong opportunities na nakukuha locally and abroad. Of course, we even for graduates of architecture, so locally and abroad, marami din po yung nakukuhang trabaho. At present, lahat po nating mga engineering programs ay may mga work now even for most engineering programs na hindi natuloy yung licensure examination na last 2020. So all of them are attending the review classes, pero yung iba nag-stop muna because they do not really know kung kailan nga matutuloy yung licensure exam. most of them decided to work muna. And then, pag malapit na yung licensure examination, so saka uli sila magli-leave, and then after the licensure examination, magtatrabaho na sila. And of course, when we speak of the employability of our students, so as mentioned, pagdating dun sa ating QS accreditation, so mataas po yung ating employability. We have an employability of almost, I think, 80 to 95 or 100%, say 6 months after taking or say passing the licensure examination. So yun po, lahat pong engineering discipline ay sabihin po nating in demand or madali makakakuha ng trabaho after graduation.
Okay, so thank you very much. Kaya lagi ko sinasabi sa mga parents and students na this is the best time for you to start the 4-year programs.
Yes,
Because when the
opo.
economy has fully opened 3 or 4 years later, ay timing na timing yung pag-graduate ninyo. So ma-extend man ng konti yan, 5 years when you take the licensure examinations and the economy is fully open, mas mataas yung demand for professionalized workforce members. At kayo yun. Okay, so thank you very much for bringing that up, and to the Dean also, thank you for answering the concern of our viewer. Yeah.
Sir. So, meron tayong last question po galing sa audience. Okay, can we have that flashed on screen, please? Ayun, from Nathaniel Gonzaga again. What are the things needed for an engineer freshman, like equipment daw po? Anyone from
Okay.
the MTL department?
Mas maganda siguro, Nathaniel, kung nabanggit mo na kung anong program yung a-applyan mo. Pero as I said in the engineering programs earlier, yung computer equipment ay any set of computer na merong i5 processor with 8 GB RAM and the usual accessories like microphone and headset for online learning that will work for the fully online course delivery at MITL. Yung nabanggit kayo na the Architect Fred, mas mataas lang na i7 ang processor and 16 GB RAM for architecture students. Okay na tayo?
So, our other program chairs po, would you like to say any last words to our audiences po about your program or anything po related to
I think Sir James, there are also some questions being raised by Gab yata. Actually, hindi ko lang makita dito yung chat box.
Okay, may iba pa daw questions.
Yeah, most of the questions early are on admissions, which is for yan, si Bert Tan. Parang ito yung kachat ko sa admissions Facebook page last time. The name of MCL does not appear in the registered list of PTC ACBET accredited programs. Actually, nandoon, except that ang programs lang na nandoon, yung first 3 that MCL obtained PTC ACBET several years ago. Okay, pero recently na-add na yung meron tayong PTC ACBET certificate. Sabi ko nga, last week lang na-award sa atin yung huling certificates. Even though the visit came, tama ba din, 2019 or 2018?
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, so yung accreditation and yung audit happened several years ago, but because of the pandemic, yung report and the awarding of the certificate recently happened 1 or 2 weeks ago. Kaya siguro pag nag-update yung website na yon ng accreditation.org, if I remember it correctly, we're expecting that all programs of MITL under MCL will be listed in the PTC ACBET accredited programs. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Okay, so our last question for today, can we please flash up on screen? From Brent Hendrick Gamo, do the students need to download AutoCAD po?
Okay.
Sir,
For all drawing students, the first year, no, for as long as you are enrolled sa AutoCAD drawing, uh, meron kayong access sa license copy ng AutoCAD ng MCL. Automatic yan through your live account. No? Ma-access nyo yan. But if you want to install an AutoCAD sa mga laptop ninyo for your personal use, you can do so, no? Actually, malaking tulong din yun para pagka hindi during the classes, makakaano kayo, makakagawa kayo ng mga work ninyo. But during class hours, meron kayong real-time access sa license copy ng AutoCAD ng MCL. Lahat ng estudyante will have real-time access.
Yan.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay. So to wrap up this Q&A portion, our program chairs, do you have anything to add or anything to end this session po?
May nagtatanong
Ano,
ng
ma'am?
EE program chair daw. May nagtatanong ng program chair ng EE. So, meron ka sigurong additional student. So, para masigurado natin yung pag-enroll nung nagtatanong na yon, Ma'am Crisel, convincing nga ng konti about the 100% passing of EE since 2012.
Yeah.
Yes, hello. Good morning. Yes, MCL has been, trying to keep the 100% passing streak in our registered electrical engineer licensure exam. No, so yung mga students natin, no, you don't. Sabi nga nung isang alumnus natin, he is not a genius. Hindi siya ganun katalino, pero it was him also, no, yung dedication niya and yung passion and motivation niya to study, and also what MCL has offered to him, no, as we mold him to become a competent and professional electrical engineer. So I think you have to try enrolling in MCL, and sabi nga din ni Engineer Paulo, no, Engineer Alan, you will not regret enrolling in MCL, especially in the in the engineering program and architecture program of MCL. So I hope to see you po. Enroll nyo na po yung inyong son or daughter here, and I hope I will be able to get in touch with him or her po this year.
Yeah, so our email directory is posted in the MCL website. If you have specific concerns on the program, you may email our administrators and even our program chairs para masagot kayo at ma-assist kayo. And also our admissions team, yung mga nagtatanong about the acceptance letter, yung mga nagtatanong about enrollment procedures, kayo po ay may naka-assign na enrollment advisor na mag-guide sa inyo dun sa proseso. So all you have to do is to give us a text message and we will call you, and you can also send us a message to the Blackboard Learn if you are already inside the BBL enrollment management system. On-site transactions are allowed from Tuesdays to Saturdays. That's 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. strictly by appointment. So, ayan po yung ating QR code and link for the enrollment, or rather for the appointment form. So, magpaset po tayo ng appointment because we're strictly complying with the IATF regulations on the control of visitors inside the campus. Kaya po tayo nag-i-implement ng appointment system. Okay, so I think that's it. So, Iris, thank you very much for hosting the Viewpoints today, July 22, 2021. Ako na rin magko-closing dahil luto na yung sinigang at adobo ng ating mga viewers. So on behalf of the administrators of Malayan Colleges Laguna Mapua School, thank you very much to Mapua Institute of Technology at Laguna. We have the Dean and the Program Chairs for facilitating our Viewpoint session today. At sana po ay mas marami po ang maging members ng graduating batch of 2025 galing sa Mapua Institute of Technology at Laguna. So yan po, full force po ang MITL for this effort to spread good news and good vibes about the success stories of our alumni, and also to present what MITL can offer with our top-notch engineering programs right here at Malayan Colleges Laguna Amapua School. Ingat po kayo, August 16, 2021 po ang start of classes and mag-enroll na po tayo so that you can start with our series of orientation sessions and para makapag-prepare na rin for the opening of classes. Maraming salamat po. Thank you also to the admissions team and the Office for Corporate Communications, Marketing and Promotions for making these viewpoints possible for today and for the support. We have Trina, Ron, Carl, Gab, sino ba? Ninya, and of course, Gerald. Sana wala akong nakalimutan. Maraming salamat and see you again to the next viewpoint session. Meron na ba tayong date for the next viewpoint session? Iris, we have for the
next week po.
for the business programs, we'll have it this Saturday. Our presenters will be from the ETU Chenko College of Business. And stay tuned for another session of MITL. Natuwa sila, natawa sila. For another session of MITL before August 16, 2021. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat and ingat po tayo lagi. Bye-bye po.